Okay, so for my beautiful children, let's talk about addiction, shall we? Okay. Addiction is a thing that it's way, way too easy to fall into if you're not informed about how many things you can be addicted to and how difficult it can be to get yourself out of that. So the main thing is moderation in everything. Everything. Don't get too into like certain habits and patterns, and even with with working out and stuff, like you can become addicted to working out too much, or you can become, I don't know, addiction's kind of a hard word to use for workout routine that ends up not being good for you in the long run. That's more of just the habit and pattern. But like, as far as addiction goes, addiction to food, not just food, but addiction to sugar or caffeinated things, addiction to, there's like the obvious, like, cigarettes or alcohol or like drugs and stuff. And then, of course, there's pornography. Please, like, give your guys's brains a chance to grow and recognize what's real and what's not real and what's healthy and what's wise. Television and, movies and YouTube, and you can even be addicted to learning and knowledge and things. I don't know if you remember, like, how much, there have been periods of time where I've read way too much. So, like, pretty much anything that you can't stop yourself from doing, and it ends up hurting your life. So, this is one of the reasons why you wanna stop yourself from doing things for periods of time and see how you feel and see how you react and see how you live your life. If you notice that you feel like you cannot handle your life unless you have certain things in it, like you have to have a candy bar or 12 every day like I used to have, if you excuse me, I've struggled with an addictive personality. There's no question, this is why I chose not to smoke or do drugs or whatever. The thing is that, recently it's been an issue for me again because I have been, like, paying more attention to the news and having, more alone and downtime and watching YouTube and whatever. And I've been noticing the moments when I feel like it would be healthy and wise for me to stop. And then I feel like I can't. Like, I know that part of this is because of, the stroke and the seizures and the health issues that I've had over this last year, but some of it is also just my personality and something that I've been working hard on controlling my entire life. Although I really never thought that reading too much was an issue because it was so much healthier than all the other things in the world. But I admit that there were lots of times that I, used it to escape the difficulties that I was facing in real life or whatever. And it's fine to do that to a point and to a degree, but you've got to be careful. You've got to be careful not to let anything become something that you are addicted to that ends up damaging your life. And I really want to talk about the whole, like, news and watching YouTube and TV and movies and stuff, because I don't feel like people talk about that as an addiction enough. And I want you to know that that can be an addiction too. That can be a thing that you're addicted to, and a thing that causes you in the long run unhealthy, realities and experiences in real life. And so please just pay attention to yourselves. Just watch your own your habits and your patterns and your choices, and how much of every day, or if it's something that what it is. Like, if you feel like you can't go on without it, or you notice that you are like just stuck in certain habits and patterns, like, please pay attention to them sooner rather than later. Like, the younger you are, the better off you're going to be in the long run. So, yeah, I'm sharing this after like a 5-hour YouTube like binge, just discovering cringy things about other people's lives that I've never paid attention to before, and that I don't even understand why I even care about now. And hoping and praying that you guys aren't on YouTube that much and paying attention to a lot of the cringy things that I've been paying attention to, because some of them involve people that have been like in Disney stuff, and I'm just hoping that none of these people are your role models. Because, oh my gosh. And so I just know that, like, right now I'm still struggling to, like, manage myself and get my body back after everything that happened, to get my brain back, get my choices and capacity back. And in the meantime, I have some moments and I have some days where I'm like, dude, it was like 2-3 hours after I told myself, I've got to stop this. I know that I'm having a rough day. I know that the last couple of days kicked my trash, but still, like, I can find something else to do besides just sit here on YouTube for so many hours. And it took me like 2 or 3 hours before I felt like I had the willpower to be able to, like, turn away from the train wrecks that I was watching on YouTube. And I'm usually not big into watching drama and whatever else, but, like, I got hooked and I was in it, and I just have been thinking about it the last 20 minutes or so, realizing that, like, I know you guys are being taught a bunch of stuff. But just in case it hasn't been covered, please know that, you know, anything that you don't feel like you have control over yourself over, anything that becomes like something that gets in the way of your relationship with other people, or something that gets in the way with your relationship with yourself, your own body and experiences, anything that like distracts or numbs you too much. I mean, pay attention to that stuff in your life. You know what I mean? Like, really pay attention, because I want more for you than what most people seem to get out of life. I want more for you than I have. And I know that if you pay attention sooner rather than later, to all of the various things that are, you know, addictive or known to be addictive, and some of the things that aren't talked about very often, then yeah, I don't know, you have a greater chance to be able to kick it in the bud before you kick it in the butt and nip it in the bud are two different that just got put into one for a second. But anyway, I just want you to have a greater opportunity and chance to be able to overcome, you know, kind of the things that plague us as human beings. So, I love you mega, 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 megatons. And, I miss you. I miss you. So, you know, start looking at yourselves whenever you come across this video. I don't care how old you are, and pay attention to whether there's anything that you have a tendency towards, or that you've already, you know, the food thing and the sugar thing and the TV thing. To be honest, I'm kind of concerned about those things, just a few little bits that I know about your life and your habits and whatever, but I really don't know much. But yeah, that's about it. I love you a million trillion quadruptillion. I am not gonna ramble, although I feel like I repeated myself plenty. And I'm hugging you long distance. And good luck with your individual, quests to, you know, free your life from addiction or ensure that it doesn't happen in the first place. And, you know, there's stuff you're going to struggle with, okay? So give yourself a break. But, you know, be real with yourself and do what you can to be as healthy as possible. Physically, emotionally, mentally, the whole 9 yards. I love you, I love you, I love you. Mwah.